methods apart from color schemes can be used to identify taxis in Port Harcourt? Let me repeat this, please. It's very important. I need to get it. What other methods apart from color schemes? That means apart from telling all the taxi drivers, all the tricycle riders, all the minibus riders and buses, right? Basically all taxis. What other methods can be used, can be employed to help identify taxis in this state? And then 2, should the government offer incentives to painted taxis? What I mean by that question is, if your taxi is painted, should there be something, maybe a reduction in pay, or should there be, maybe a slash in your daily returns or something? I don't know. What should the government do so that more people would want to get their vehicles painted? Now, the reason why we are talking about this, I'm sure you're probably following the news, talking about the deadline for the painting of commercial vehicles was meant to expire. Some drivers are appealing to the River State Ministry of Transportation to further extend the implementation date to next year. Now, in an interview with our correspondent, some of the commercial drivers at Choba Park said the high cost of vehicle parts and the hiking price of fuel are the reasons for their demands. Let's take a listen to that, please.
As of then, we carry 200 naira, but now we carry 800 and we buy fuel 900, 9 something. It's not up to 1 liter. Yes, it's for security reason, but I have to feed my family and feed myself and maintain the car. The agent tire, not even new one, 20 something thousand. Oil, 18,000, 20,000. But as of then, it was 35. They still come expect us to paint motor. To paint motor, I don't know how much.
The idea of painting is good, but as of now, with the condition of things in the country and in the states and the economy behind, if they want to force us to go on painting, rainy season will disturb us. Even the people that will work it also, it will also disturb. If they will shift it till next year, that will be better.
So for my own mind, though, I for like my government help us. When I beg with the begging, maybe send our force. Let them just help us to spend that till next year.
Now, did you listen to some of the reasons? Oh, the weather sounds like an excuse to me, if you ask, because people who have accidents, have their cars painted or sprayed as soon as they possibly can. That doesn't hold water. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? Then somebody said the cost. The cost of the parts is expensive. 5 years ago, when it was first raised, I think it was 5-6 years ago. All right, paint your taxis. Some people obliged. Not a lot of people did. And even back then, even those that didn't oblige gave the same reason that look at how much we're buying fuel. Maybe that time was about 150 naira or thereabouts, and look at how much oil costs. That time to spray a vehicle was between 35 to 60,000 depending on where you go. These days I hear it's about 105,000 to 135,000 to have your vehicle sprayed, particularly if you want to do the bays, what we call auto bays. Now, what then should be the solution? I'm in the know that there are so many intelligent people who are listening to us on Hello Port Harcourt. Let's get to hear from you.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002, 017-923-0007. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. All right, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X, at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. Muriel is in Okrika. Good morning to you, Muriel.
Hi, Jude. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome, please.
Good morning. Thank you.
Welcome.
Jude, what do you call people? Don't chance people. Will not wait until dry season comes. They don't wait. And then painting and taxes is wonderful. It's good for the safety of river people. But I think government should have a human face And they should be considerate in one or two ways.
How?
For me, I think they should give them tax free. Should allow them to go tax free, maybe for 2 weeks or for a month or thereabouts. Let them be able to gather. Nobody should disturb them. You want them to pay their taxes?
Okay.
Please don't take tax. Tell your people, them all those double taxation, all those community people, pause for some time. Let them gather themselves. Then after that time, you go on. Let everybody pay. That deadline for me, I think it shouldn't be exceeded. Honestly, it should be that should be the beginning from December up to maybe the end of the dry season. But December should not be the deadline when everybody should have painted. Let it commence from December.
Okay. Victor Zurumo Krishi. Victor, good morning to you, please.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. Happy New Month.
I wish you the same, Victor.
Okay, Jude, I have a keke bus. I used to run this very road, this about road. And now government is talking about painting the car.
Yes,
for,
please.
Security
2 reasons.
because
Yes.
of the one chance. But I'm looking at it that I wonder how the thing connects to one chance. Because from my own research, youth, one chance, if you check when the one chance operates, it is either very early in the morning or in the evening when the task force has closed. So what does the color of the motor have to do with the one chance?
Because if the color is there, we can identify it. Oh, it was that normal taxi, and maybe somebody will see a number on the vehicle and say, okay, it was this taxi that had this number. Even at night, it can help.
Okay, good. Now let me ask you a question.
Yes, please.
What time do they operate this one chance? Do they? I can't comprehend it. Though. I don't know how you can convince me, because this thing, the one chance people, they are working. Okay, now the task force are working in the daytime. Because I stand to be correct. Now tell me, because you see most of the area that these things happen is maybe at Rumokoro and Element Junction.
Okay.
Now, how do you carry motor and obey one chance this hour of the day? Now, and you cannot be apprehended. I wonder. I don't know how they can. I don't know how they can convince me what the color of the motor will have to do.
Yeah,
with
but let me ask you, Victor. You know, people. I'm sure you heard of people who have had their cars snatched at night. And then when the police comes and says, what's the color of your car? Even though it's at night, they tell you, oh, it's a green car, it's a blue car. Or somebody says, one car passed here at 7 p.m. And he hit somebody. They can tell because the car is painted. They can tell.
You can identify your car, but it doesn't have anything to do with one chance. I don't understand. It doesn't have anything to do.
Okay, so Victor, let me ask you: are you saying that the painting of a taxi is not important?
I'm not against it. But where I have very issue with is when it has to do with security.
Okay.
I don't know. You don't understand me.
I do understand.
I don't know how painting of cars has to do with security.
Okay, now, Victor, do you know taxis everywhere in the world are painted everywhere in the world? It's a sign of
I don't have issue with that.
Yes.
I don't have issue with
so that's the security concern, because first and foremost,
okay, Jude. One of I did the driver's chairman respond and said, now if you ask us to paint our car when we leave Port Harcourt here and go to Aba, Aba task force will identify this bus is from Port Harcourt. They will start attacking. The same thing here.
Well, Victor, thank you very much. I have to go on the break, but that's one of the reasons why there are grades and there are levels to, if I can use that term, to the taxi business. Not all taxis are meant to cross state boundaries.
The show continues after this break on Nigeria.
September, and there's this popular phrase I like, September to remember, but you can say that for virtually all the months. And November to remember, and December to remember. But anyway, I would like for you to remember these issues as they directly affect you. Now, you see, when it comes to taxi services, yes, there are certain taxis that are not painted, but there's still a way to identify them. Case in point, there was a time when in this country, for you to be identified as a taxi operator, you would have a logo on top of your vehicle that would just say taxi. It was like a small bulb. Those days, just put it on top like a what they call those, like siren lights, but it would just be taxi on top. But those things, obviously went out of fashion. I hear and I still see that they are very popular in some other parts of the world. But the truth is, there is a form of identification that is needed. Yes, we live in a world where everybody's car is and can be a money-making piece of equipment. So you don't just drive your car and go to work and come back. You can decide to join those ride-sharing platforms, and you are not obligated. There's no law anywhere on this planet that obligates you to paint it or have a sticker or whatnot, because you are basically just using your own time to do something for somebody and getting paid for it. Simple. Sure. Yeah. Great. But you see, the full-on taxi services offer one of the most important in all of society, which is ferrying people from one point to the other. No matter how nice you think you are, you with your private vehicle cannot fill in that void that the person who's going to be taking 3 or 7 people from Rumokoro to Choba every day is going to do. You don't have that time. And so, for that particular reason, there needs to be identification, proper identification. Now, it goes beyond the cards. I see some of these taxi drivers carry around, they're National Union of Road Transport Workers or whatever it is. Yeah, because when you are driving, no passenger is going to look at your face and ask you, driver, where your ID card? No, we don't do that. But the vehicles usually identify themselves. Now, in this part of the world, when we see a Mazda 3, we call it Indomie here, it's the taxi. Once that car comes, everybody knows, not taxi. Even though some people have that car and they are not taxi operators. You see, perception. And then when your car is more scruffy looking, it's been battered, bashed, bruised, damaged, we want to enter it. Oh yes, because it's a taxi. And it's very sad because some people have battered, bruised, and damaged vehicles that are not taxis. So there are so many subsets of all of this that we need to find, as it were, a commonality where they will all meet and we say, aha, this is how we can or we should identify a taxi.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002, 017-923-0003. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeriainfo PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X. All right, let's have a great conversation with you this morning. We're talking about taxes, colors of taxes. All right, and my question is, how can we identify taxis beyond just the use of color? There are problems, there are challenges to some of the taxi drivers having their cars painted, and they are very, very well understood and even justified, one may say. 92.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Yeah, good morning, Jude.
Good morning. Welcome, please.
This is Frank from Uniport.
Go on, Frank.
Yeah, Jude, me and I graduated from Uniport. Of course, you know there is this unique color about University of Port Harcourt.
Yes.
Which is blue and white with identified number, right?
Yes.
So why is it not possible to also do the same in Rivers State in order to help to curb all this criminality and untrans people?
Oh, they said the cost of painting the vehicles now is so expensive. They're struggling.
Yeah. I understand that. I know that simplified government of Governor Similaye Fuba can do something about it.
How? What do you want him to do?
Maybe they will just subsidize it by 50%.
Subsidize what? The spraying of the taxis.
Yes, the painting of the taxi.
Okay.
The federal government has what it takes to do that. They have what it takes to do that in order to keep the safety and the security of the people and their properties in the state. They can just maybe do a bidding, a kind of a public bidding, and get some companies that do painting and all have you, have a fixed price, and say, okay, all the taxi people should go to certain places in different locations of the state.
Okay.
Do you understand? At that point, okay, let's assume that you have to paint your car for 100,000. Okay, River State government is subsidizing for 50,000. I don't see a reason why somebody will not rally around to raise that money and do the needful. And when somebody fails to do that, then you know that person is also contribute to the insecurity in the state. That's what I think.
You do have thank you very much. That's an interesting take on the subject matter. WhatsApp 0809-030-6416. Jude, good morning. Right, the painting of the transportation cars is also important for easy identification and uniformity, which in turn rather adds to the beautification of the city. Benny, with that view. 92.3, good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt.
Yeah, good morning, Jude.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Emeka, calling from Other Church.
Go on, Emeka.
Okay, the caller that you spoke with before you went for the break.
Yes, please.
I think I understand what he was saying.
Yeah.
I think said the one chance guys operate in the morning and at night. Okay.
Okay.
So and at these hours, the task force, those that are in charge of making sure people have painted their cars, might not actually be on duty. Okay, so like you also said, the battered cars, the Indomie kind of cars that people see as taxis. Imagine if they are plying the road around 6, 7, and there's always a rush, limited painted taxis, and these one-time guys use one of those taxis that are unpainted. People will not really start thinking, na taxi, na me will just run them. That's after all, this will never paint your own. So you could just enter without knowing that maybe this might just be one of those guys. I think that's what the guy is saying. So for me, it behoves on the citizens of Port Harcourt to totally avoid maybe any cars that are not painted. That's just what I.
Yeah, but do you know if people actually avoid in entirety? Just imagine if 70% of those cars are not painted right now, get to be ignored by people like you and I. You are going to be starving a good number of people. Take case in point, those are uncles and aunties who, when they're coming back from work, they want to carry like 5 or 6 people from Mumola to reach Ozoba. They let them make like 1,000, 2,000 so they can buy fuel or buy bread for Junior. You are basically telling them that they can't do that.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what the guy is saying entirely. Even if you paint those cars, there will still be some unpainted cars that still at the risk of either being a one chance, and some good ones too that just being good Samaritans. I just don't know the way they can fix it without being painted, but I just feel that's what the guy is saying. That's what I wanted to just emphasize on.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Great to have heard from you this morning. So it's all about identification. What other options are there, beyond or besides rather, painting the vehicles? Like I said, all the reasons, whilst understandable, I don't know if they're cogent enough because, like I said, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, a lot of people still did not paint their vehicles. In fact, most of the buses that were painted were the buses that would ply the My One axis. How many of you remember that? They all used to be blue, dark blue and white. You used to see them all over the place. Those axes, they were usually painted. But the taxis, no. The minibuses, no. The kekas, usually, they all have this yellow and some people. So I don't know. It's a bit of a challenge. 92.3. Hello, Port Harcourt. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, please.
I'm Nathaniel calling in from Bonny Island.
Welcome, Nathaniel.
Jude.
Yes, please.
The fact is that the drivers, I don't know, it's like they are just taking the peaceful nature of the governor for granted because the governor is so lenient and so friendly. But I'm not saying that the governor is soft. But had it been like the former governor, I think by now, everybody will running skater to make sure that he pays.
But Nathaniel, you've been in this state. I think it was about 8 or 9 years ago. This same thing was raised. Oh, go and paint your taxis. Some painted after a while. The same reasons that we have today were there. The cost of painting a taxi is enormous. Now it's about 120,000 naira. How many people have that disposable income?
But the government is aware of this development, and it offers
a lifeline by subsidizing the cost of painting some of these cars. So why not take that part? Because painting never started today, right from Odile region, Amechi. Yes, I remember during Amechi, especially during Amechi.
Yes, it was enforced.
Cars were painted. Yes, transport cars were being painted, and people were forced to go and paint. So I'm not seeing anything wrong. If you do that, if you provide that uniformity in transportation business, and then to some extent, to that the safety of the passengers will be secured. And then if you are going through those cars, you be sure that these are transport cars, and not like all those one-chance people that will just pick up their cars from nowhere, come and pick up passengers and take them to anywhere. So for me, I think it's just the best way. They should do that, even if it means borrowing money, paint your cars, pay them small, and easy you go. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. That's Nathaniel speaking to us from Bonny Island. All right, 90.3 Nigeriainfo. Good morning.
Hello.
Hey, good morning to you. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Mr. Jude.
Good morning.
My name is Godfrey. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Welcome, Godfrey. You're obviously on the road. What part of Port Harcourt are you at right now?
I'm at Eleme Junction. I'm speaking to you right now.
How many taxis can you see that are painted?
Please come again.
How many taxis can you see that are painted?
A few.
Few.
Unfortunately or fortunately, I am one of them. I am a commercial driver.
Okay.
Jude, let me take off from where the last speaker, what he said.
Yes.
There is a adage that they said when you carry somebody dead body, person way concern, don't know what the person will get and they feel. The last caller was talking about that the taxi driver or people, the drivers are taking the cool nature of the governor for granted. It is not like that. We are talking about the timing. It's not if painting it, is wrong. It's not wrong. In fact, it's even good. For easier identification. You understand?
Yeah.
We are talking about the timing, the economy right now. Things are not going well with the people. Dude, you know what people are going through. Like what somebody suggested. If you say, okay, from now to the end of the year, by 1st January, so people put themselves together and work towards it. You understand? Then another thing, see, Jude, it's good when you're doing something, you do it and do it very well. Painting this size, if you are doing anything, let us do it and do it very well. Why is it that once a car is painted a commercial color, that car cannot get into any of these private companies?
Yes, that's true. There are restrictions. There are restrictions.
When taxi color, once you go anywhere, that if a taxi color cannot go to anywhere. I'm not talking about outside state. Outside state, that one is hell. Like Imo State, once it takes a taxi color, painted taxi color from River State to Imo State, you're a gunner. Your name is a gunner. What they will do with you, you regret driving a taxi color. I'm talking about inside River State. You cannot go to Ajit. You cannot go to NFPC. You cannot go to even some of the local places that normally taxi are supposed to be entering. They will shut you down. They will not allow you to enter. Then another thing concerning the security that somebody was talking about, they also use taxi color to do this security. They also use a private color to do this insecurity to commit crime. They can use any kind of motor. In fact, I see some people, they don't want to see men inside.
Yes, they will not get in. Yes,
they will not enter.
Yes,
but
true.
The same people, since they notice that, they also use women. Even women that are carrying children, a baby. So there is crime all over. You understand? So that is not why I said painting it. In fact, I support painting it. You understand?
Yeah.
I support it. But the timing, give us from now to the end of the year.
But even by December, let's be honest, even by December, nobody predicts life. You find people who tell you, they can't.
Remember, Jude, remember when somebody called, say if it was the former governor. Remember the former governor came up with this same thing. there was a lot of problem, and the man had to shut it down. You understand? So if we are doing this thing, let us do it and do it properly.
Okay, so what? Now, apart from
if
painting,
the governor wants to subsidize the money,
fine.
As
Good.
a loving governor, the man who knows what the people are passing through. Okay, do like this from now to so time. Go and we are subsidizing from so amount. People will know that this MOT of the thing. You understand? Because it's not just the painting. There's another thing after the painting. The MOT number. Then everybody, I don't know how much that one too will cost. So it goes along. It's not just about the painting. It goes along with the painting. After painting, then you go and collect the MOT number. And another thing again, Jude, let me use this opportunity to plead with our governor. A lot is going on. We, the commercial drivers, we are going through a lot. How can we be buying fuel for 950 naira? Police is collecting almost every junction.
Why people giving the police? Why are you giving the police? Why?
Why would you give?
Why should you give?
Dude, why are you talking like this?
No, but why should you give?
You don't even know what is going on in Nigeria.
No, but why should you give? Why should you give?
You see, they have seen it as their own shopping.
Okay. So
the truth of the matter is that they have seen it. There is a lot of money in transport business. That is their own idea. Because I have done my own investigation. I have tried to know why all this thing is happening. They have seen it that there is money in transport business. So they're taking it as their own shopping. You must give up. See, Jude, do your findings. Go to my one park flyover. That's my one police station there. They are doing a lot of cash out, my brother Jude. You won't understand it. Let you go by yourself and do. That police station there, they block the road that is coming from going to education, from education going towards Abonema Walk. They block there. If you're coming from Abonema Walk, turning under the flyover, they are there. If you're coming from CFC, going towards Park, they are there. Then the front of this police station, go. They are also there. So you can imagine each commercial vehicle paying 100 naira. They cash out.
I know. Thank you very much. I know they do, but the question still remains: why do you give? Because you're not under any obligation to give. Frank is a roomigbo. Frank, good morning to you. We have Zion standing by in GRA, and we'll get to read some messages. Frank, go on, please.
Yeah, Unique Jude. I call back again.
Go on, please.
I want to dispute the facts with the last caller concerning the issue of giving police money, for instance. You find that most of these taxi drivers don't have papers. And that is what necessitates them and motivates them to give police money. And police have already seen that this is their weakness. And most times I ask myself, what does any URTW do for taxi drivers in this state? Is it only collect commission and go away?
We can ask
they have subunits and zonal offices of any RTW across the Nukankanyo River State. Now, on the issue of the pension of the vehicle, as you said, that it's not helped to cover the security and leaving the state to another place. It is not true. I remember in 2015, there was this campaign stuff I was going to in Anambra. I hired a unique shuttle in Uniport. We drove all the way from Port Harcourt straight to Anambra. There was no disturbance of any sort along the way till we get to the destination. And we also come back the same way. Nobody disturbed us. Except you don't have papers.
Okay.
And the things you're supposed to have as a commercial driver. I don't want to believe that police will just come to you and collect money by fire by force. No, how is they will do? They will pack you when you present your papers. They don't have any option to let you go.
And let you go.
So they should stop feeding us with these stories. Just like one day, there was a day I was in a commercial vehicle coming back to River State. It happens that the driver don't have enough complete papers. Asking the driver, why not take your papers to this man? When he goes through it, and he found out that your papers are complete, they will let you go. He said, "Oh, God, you don't know what you're talking. This, that one. Even other passengers in the car join him and started abusing me and say, I'm a lot of things. I can only but laugh and say that ignorance is indeed a disease. So for me, let NURTW be activated across all the zonal offices and the subunits in River State.
Okay, all right, Frank, thank you very much. Zion is in GRA. Zion, good morning to you.
Individuals don't paint taxes. is the government that does that, or a company that is working for the government, like we have MOT, Ministry of Transport, it is their job. This thing we are putting mounting pressure on these taxi drivers now. These people that are doing this thing, they are enemies to Governor Fubara. They are enemies of our strength, our struggle, our support, our money, our resources to Governor Fubara. That is what they are doing. We must speak the truth. The man is trying to secure his political career at a tough terrain like this. Look at what the people around. Do you know how many people that will be angry with the governor because of this policy that is healed to their interest at a particular time like this? At a time like this, the governor needs people who can think, who can secure him. Former Governor Nyesom Wike has one of the best political minds that guys and bind with him. That is why you see the man they booger everywhere. He knows how to penetrate and challenge the status quo, and he will come out victoriously. What the present Commissioner of Transport would have done is to call all the transport affiliate and cluster unions, drivers union, diesel union, all of one and a taxi drivers, and they give us services, or you make on a come. You see this thing, on a no go fit carry, and because of our economy is not good. But from the government, we will paint you. Number one, we are also bringing security to ourselves and also security to you.
Okay.
Number two, we are trying to know the number of vehicles in Rivers State so that we can expand our roads, construct more roads, and bring more incentives. Number three, so that our people can be happy with our administration. Let's be honest, politics is number one, your interest first. Then, we will paint you instead of 100,000. We will paint you now, but you first start with your 20 or 30,000 first. And that painting, we will also register you, get your phone number, get your document, get your everything. You are registering under us and we know you. Rivers people, we have registered taxi number 3. It belongs to Judo Mamekbe. Taxi number 3. Anything that happened to taxi number 3, we have it our database. Sir, with this present structure now, do you know the number of taxis that will be registered? Do you know that even armed robbers can also go and paint their taxi to come and drive in the night and park it during the day?
You have a point.
They know they think. They know they think. Now they make me the first every day.
Calm down. Peace be unto you. Philip is in Elepa. Well, Philip, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. David is in the greeter. David will get to you very shortly.
Philip on the line.
Go on, Philip.
Yeah, Jude, your programs are very unique. Let me praise you for that.
Welcome.
I want to make an input concerning this complaint of police. Police extorting money from drivers. I want to ask something. These drivers, see, we should obey and respect the law. These people are not helping matters. How do you tell me police extort money from you? No protest all these days. What is wrong? You were asking somebody in the radio, hey, we don't know what we do, police. We don't know what to do that. Their papers okay. You don't have your driving license. Sometimes you carry overload.
A lot of times.
I blame them in that aspect.
Okay.
But let me now come to the governmental parastatus. You as a policeman and you feel you're doing repatriate good. A driver don't have paper, nothing. You only collect 100 naira from them. Let them continue to be working. You people should talk to governor now. Talk to federal government. I work in most of the West African countries. The case of Nigeria, it is very, very appalling. cannot stop it. The police should respect themselves for goodness sake.
Well, we hope they do. Well, I'm sure there's some of them are listening. David is new. David, good morning. You're my final caller. Go on, please.
Yeah, Jude.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
Welcome.
I would like to come from a different angle to this whole discussion.
Yes, please.
Like we have been saying, this painting of taxi is not a new thing in Rivers State. I mean, right from the time of Sir Dr. Peter Odile as the governor of Rivers State, down to this very moment, it has been more like every administration wanting to paint taxis and all of that. Where I find this whole thing worrisome is that why should we be going through these circles every now and then? For me, I think there's a part of this whole thing that should be blamed on the government. We should have a system. I mean, we cannot be going around this circle every now and then. Can we not have a system? Or why is it that government has so failed to have a system that's such that if you decide to fly tax, you do the right thing by painting your colors, getting the necessary documentations and all that? Is it that every time we have new administration, we'll go back to painting taxis? And then we'll start, I've been listening to the conversation. Look at the volume of people that have been calling in. Look at the argument. It is because we have failed to do what we are supposed to do. That's why we are where we are, discussing and shouting and, pointing fingers here and
okay, so David, quickly, what is the best way to identify a car as a taxi? Very quickly, you have 20 seconds.
Of course, it's by painting and of course giving them tally numbers. Of course.
Okay, all right. So painting and numbers. I have some interesting messages here. Unfortunately, we have run out of time, and also on the Facebook as well. But thank you as always for joining the conversation. And we'll be following this up. I think even on Thursday, we'll follow this up again because there are angles to this that I would like to bring forth. My name is Jude. Thank you very much. Good morning.